Hey, question of the day is, can you actually backpack with a Starlink? Um, I had ambitions, possibly naive ambitions of going backpacking with a Starlink. Um, I'm a middle-aged man, already carrying around a lot of extra weight, and it's pretty wild and crazy to think that you could carry all the supplies you need to run a Starlink backpacking. So for anybody interested in doing this, I'll just go over the kind of the challenge and what you're really looking at to try to accomplish something like this. I hope as I doing a lot of hiking and backpacking this summer that at some point I'll be able to actually get out into the backcountry with a Starlink and spend a week or two out there and stay connected, have a business to run, and I could take a vacation and do it once, but I kind of want to do it all summer. So anyway, got to pause and breathe here a little bit. Not used to 10,000 feet. So it weighs about 15 pounds, I believe. I can get more exact weight on all that and the cords and the router and all that if anybody's interested, but I think it's about 15 pounds. And it eats up, I read online that it could burn as little as 45 watts in terms of its energy consumption, but in actual usage so far, we're burning through, I would say, just under 100 watts an hour. So we bought a 300 watt Jackery battery, and I was thinking, I read online like something like 45 watts that it pulls. So I was thinking, hey, a 300 watt Jackery is going to give us 6 hours. But in reality, we're getting 3. And I think the 45 watt figure that I saw floating around Reddit and elsewhere, that's kind of like an average of having it running all day long, a lot of idle time. Yeah, my average 45, but active usage of the internet, sending emails, uploading videos, like doing serious stuff with it, and having multiple devices using it at once, like we are, it's pulling, at least 90. And we're going through that Jackery in about 3 hours. So, I'm not going backpacking with with a Starlink to use the internet all day. But 1 to 2 hours a day, that's about where I need to use it. So let's just say hypothetically, first of all, that Jackery, which I think is not giving us much internet usage at all, just 3 hours, which, hey, hour and a half one day, hour and a half the next, boom, solar panel, recharge it, everything's hunky-dory. And as long as you're in, a pretty sunny climate and it's not like a big 3, 4, 5 day, rain front that's coming through and making it cloudy, hypothetically, theoretically, you should be able to recharge that thing and use it day after day after day after day, and using it while the solar panel is set up as well, so that it's bringing in as energy is going out. You could potentially use it for an hour and a half in the morning, and the battery's topped off by the end of the day, and you got a fresh start, for the next day. That's what I was thinking. Well, I bought this 45 watt solar panel thinking, okay, if it's pulling 45 watts in ideal conditions, and I figured our internet usage was going to be about 100 watts a day, well, that was for 2 hours. Well, now it's 200 watts a day to use it for 2 hours. So now I'm like, okay, well, now I've only got to use it, we can only use it an hour and a half max, and that's going to burn 150 watts. And now, in ideal conditions, you should be able to top off a 300 watt Jackery with the typical solar panel. Well, the solar panel I got was supposed to be 45 watt foldable solar panel, and it's the weakest link right now. I put it out in full sun and it's doing jack shit. It was pulling like 4 or 5 watts, high noon, full sun. I mean, you see what it's like here. You see any clouds? And I think it's just like, I think it was like the heat was bothering it or something, which is so dumb. I mean, a solar panel has to be in the sun. It's 63 degrees out here. It's not like we're in the sweltering Sahara Desert or something. So anyway, that was kind of frustrating. But hopefully I can replace the solar panel, get one that actually works. And as long as you're pulling in, if you could charge up 150 watts a day on a typical sunny day, then you should be okay. There may be a circumstance where you have 3 or 4 days of cloudy weather in a row, and yeah, you might have to be offline for a day. I could manage that without doing irreparable harm to my my source of income. But anyway, that's kind of the challenge. So the Jackery weighs 7 pounds. Your solar panel is probably going to be 4. We got laptops, chargers, and altogether it's close to 40 pounds. So yeah, you could do 40 if you had a big group. Somebody carries that, and that's basically their pack. If you got like 8 people and you got 40 pounds of electronics crap, then boom, that's only 5 pounds a person. So that's doable. So I think it actually is possible. I mean, everybody's focused on super lightweight options for backpacking these days. And I've seen people like reporting base weights of 10 pounds. Well, yeah, you're not going to be able to backpack like that. But I'm just a group of 3. And my other 2 are, they couldn't haul around a big load out in the wilderness. I worked a long time as a wilderness ranger, and I've hiked, I've got 15,000 plus miles on these legs, and I can carry, an absolute ton of weight. But I still, it'd still be super uncomfortable carrying, a huge amount. So anyway, hopefully I can build up my fitness and get to the point where I can actually go out into the backcountry and backpack. Not moving camp every day backpack, because that's kind of tedious, but at least getting out there, being out there for a week or 2, maybe setting up, moving camp maybe 2 or 3 times a week, doing a lot of day hikes while we're out. And that was kind of the plan, and that still is the plan, but we're not going to be able to jump straight into that because I just can't. I'm getting out of breath like making breakfast, cleaning dishes. So it's going to be a little while before we try that. But yeah, if anybody's ever tried this, or you're curious about trying it, you want to know the logistics of it, I'm working that out right now, trying to crack that code. So hit me up in the comments. I'm happy to answer any questions. And yeah, hopefully there'll be a future video of me out backpacking for real, completely out in the backcountry, away from the car, away from the road. Connected, uploading videos and sharing what it's like to backpack in the wilderness with a Starlink. Again, I don't want to do that. It's just I can go backpacking for a week or 2 without all that stuff and take a vacation, but I can't, backpack all summer like I want, and potentially beyond the summer, going to the desert and stuff like that. I want to backpack all the time. It's my favorite thing. So, yeah, I'm forced to haul a Starlink around if I want to do that. And, yeah, I'm trying to figure it out. So anyway, hopefully that's helpful. Hopefully that answers any questions. Anybody who's crazy like me, having similar thoughts, wondering if it's possible. Yeah, it's kind of possible, but it's very close to being impossible. I'll let you know if I get the solar panel situation fixed out, sorted out once I'm charging the battery 100 plus watts a day on a nice sunny day like today, then I'll be a little bit more optimistic about the feasibility of doing it. But right now I'm a little low because my solar panel is crap. But yeah, we'll see if I can sort that out, and I'll keep you guys posted. And I hope you enjoyed the pretty day out here in Colorado, one of my favorite places.